The silence before Fajr in the holy city of Makkah was unlike any other. Stars still glimmered above Masjid al-Haram as millions of worshippers prepared for the sacred rites of Umrah. But amidst the sea of white ihrams and whispers of Labaik Allahumma Labaik, one man stood unusually still. His eyes fixed on the Kaaba, not with awe, but with something far more sinister. None could have known what evil he carried in his heart. He was cloaked in the garb of a pilgrim, yet his purpose was far removed from devotion. His hands trembled not with the fear of Allah, but with the anticipation of blasphemy. This was not a Muslim, this was an impostor, a priest who had entered Islam under false pretenses. His name was Mikhail, but the world knew him as Brother Mikhail, a supposed Christian convert whose tearful shahada had gone viral just months before. Deception and intentions. Father Mikhail had spent nearly 2 years studying Islam, not out of curiosity, not to seek truth, but to destroy it from within. He had memorized verses, adopted mannerisms, and attended mosques. When he finally declared his conversion publicly, he was welcomed like a lost soul returned to the fold. Social media flooded with congratulatory messages. Mosques invited him to speak about his journey. Some even wept watching him cry during Salah. But behind the camera, behind the mask of piety, his heart beat with hatred. He had carefully planned a mission to defile the Kaaba, a scheme so vile that even his fellow conspirators doubted its feasibility. His plan, to spit on the most revered object in Islam, the Hajar al-Aswad, the black stone from paradise. And so, with donations from unsuspecting Muslims and media coverage praising the convert's first Umrah, Mikhail boarded a flight to Jeddah. Arrival in Makkah. His entry into Masjid al-Haram was met with reverence. People smiled warmly, some even hugging him. Brother Mikhail, they called him, guiding him gently through the crowd. He nodded, whispered prayers, and walked with calculated humility. The towering Kaaba loomed ahead, draped in its black kiswa, its golden embroidery glowing under the morning sun. But Mikhail's eyes were not moist with love. They were wild with tension. Each step toward the Kaaba brought him closer to the point of no return. Around his neck, under his cloth, hung a hidden silver cross, a silent rebellion in the house of Allah. He joined the tawaf, circling the Kaaba like the rest, lips whispering fake dhikr as he neared the black stone. His breathing intensified. The moment had come. The crowd parted slightly for the new Muslim, hoping to kiss the Hajar al-Aswad. He raised his hands like the others, but what followed shocked the entire gathering. With a sudden movement, he leaned forward and spat forcefully directly onto the black stone. Time stopped. Gasps echoed across the mataf. A woman screamed. An old man collapsed. A child cried. The once peaceful moment turned to disbelief. But before a single hand could grab him, a sudden blinding light erupted from the black stone. It wasn't sunlight. It wasn't artificial. Witnesses described it as a piercing beam, white, intense, holy, that shot directly into the face of the man. Mikhail shrieked. He clutched his eyes and dropped to the marble floor, screaming like a beast. "I can't see! I can't see!" Blood trickled from his eyes. He writhed on the ground like someone possessed. The crowd, paralyzed at first, surged forward in rage and horror. Within seconds, Haram's security surrounded him. The cross around his neck was exposed. The truth was out. He was dragged into a holding area. Top officials and scholars were called. The man confessed everything. The hidden camera in his bag, the notes detailing his plan, the hate messages from his group. Everything came to light. Saudi authorities, in full accordance with Sharia, deemed the act as open blasphemy and sacrilege within the sacred precinct. Within hours, an emergency ruling was passed. He would be punished publicly to serve as a deterrent. That evening after Maghrib, he was brought back to the courtyard, blind and trembling. Pilgrims stood in solemn silence. Imams recited verses of the Quran. Then, with swift and just finality, his head was severed, and his body was taken away from the sacred grounds he had defiled. The blood washed away, but the message remained. Just minutes after the execution, another story began to unfold, this time a miracle. A man named Ibrahim had traveled from Sudan with his 10-year-old son Yusuf, who was born blind. For years, Ibrahim had prayed that his son might one day touch the black stone, believing in its heavenly origin. Due to the earlier disturbance, security had temporarily cleared the area around the Hajar al-Aswad. Seeing the opportunity, Ibrahim begged an officer, "Just one moment, let my son touch it, that's all I ask." The guard nodded. Ibrahim guided Yusuf's small hand to the edge of the stone. The boy touched it gently, whispering a dua his father had taught him. The moment his palm pressed against the stone, a soft pulse of warmth ran through his fingers. Yusuf gasped, "Baba, I see light." Ibrahim froze. "Baba, I see the Kaaba, I see it." People nearby turned, tears flowed. Ibrahim fell into sujud, sobbing. Doctors rushed in, stunned beyond belief. Within hours, experts confirmed Yusuf's vision had been fully restored. No surgery, no treatment, just a touch of the stone that had moments earlier defended its sanctity with divine fire. News spread globally, the betrayal of the priest, the punishment, the miracle. Millions witnessed both wrath and mercy in the same day. Scholars addressed the Ummah. They reminded Muslims of the Hadith. The black stone descended from paradise, and it was whiter than milk. Then the sins of the children of Adam made it black. They explained how it bears witness for those who kiss it with sincerity, and how even stones can testify, protect, and punish by the will of Allah. Many wept at the miracle, others trembled at the punishment, but all agreed. No one mocks the sanctity of Allah's house and walks away unharmed. Final message. Let this be a lesson to the enemies of Islam. You may fool people, but you cannot fool Allah. You may hide your hatred, but the black stone sees the truth. You may come to desecrate, but you will leave disgraced. And to the believers, let this be a sign that miracles still live among us, that Allah watches, that His justice is swift, and that those who honor the sacred shall be honored by the most merciful. The story of Father Mikhail is not merely an isolated event of deception. It is a divine demonstration of truth, justice, and the living power of Allah's sanctity. In the most sacred place on earth, where every step is worship and every breath is remembrance, a man dared to commit one of the gravest acts of blasphemy, to spit upon what Allah sent from Jannah, the black stone, kissed by the beloved Prophet Muhammad. But what he intended as humiliation for Islam turned into his own disgrace and destruction. This was not just a punishment, it was a sign that the house of Allah is protected not only by guards and cameras, but by the unseen hand of divine justice. Before any human could respond, Allah took away the very thing Mikhail used to mock the sacred, his eyes. Before the world could condemn him, Allah condemned him first with blindness, pain, and public exposure. And as the story reached its most terrifying moment, the execution of the impostor, Allah showed another side of His infinite power, His mercy. You may enter the Kaaba with a hidden agenda, but Allah knows what the hearts conceal. You may plan to mock the sacred, but Allah defends what is His. You may harm with evil, but Allah responds with both justice and miracles. O Allah, the most merciful, the all-seeing, the all-knowing, we turn to You with hearts full of humility and eyes filled with tears. Ya Allah, guide us to the straight path, the path of those upon whom You have bestowed Your grace, not of those who have earned your anger, nor of those who go astray. O Allah, protect the sanctity of your sacred house. Guard the Kaaba and the black stone with your divine power. Allow us to always honor your signs with sincerity, and never let arrogance or disbelief enter our hearts. Ya Rab, whoever tries to insult your religion, humiliate your worshippers, or desecrate what is sacred to you, expose them, humiliate them, and show your divine justice as you have shown before. Do not let the enemies of Islam succeed in their evil plans. Break their strength and protect this ummah from every hidden plot. O Allah, just as you punished the one who mocked the black stone, reward those who believe in its sanctity. Let us be among those who visit it with love, kiss it with sincerity, and feel its blessings in our hearts. Make our love for the Kaaba pure and our intentions sincere.